Subscribe for the very latest.
Play it, Daddy.
Chord Room, more than a podcast.
Hey, we're back. We're black, and we're here.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy to be recording right now, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shoot. Yeah, I'm excited. You know, when we're off like that, I ain't even gonna lie. I get out of podcast mode like mine. You know what I'm saying? It's like man, like
Get back in that conditioning.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm editing behind the scenes. You know, all the old episodes that we did. Yeah, but I'm just sitting there like, now I got to get back into like interviewing, and you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, all right, I don't know where I'm gonna find the energy. Normally I find it somewhere, but
all right,
I don't know.
So slight change of plans. He's having some issues with the site. He's saying, can we postpone to 10:30? Well, I guess we can continue on what we're doing, but
all right, let's get the cracking, man.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, what up? It's the one and only Chord Room, back at it. Thanks for everybody liking, subscribe. We're back off hiatus. First and foremost, I want to start there. We've been off, even though y'all think we haven't been off, but we've been off. You know what I'm saying? Since December, somewhere in there. Getting our minds right, kicking it with the family. Not how we do. You know what I'm saying? But I've been fiending. I've been like, you know, I feel like a fiend. I'm like, I need to get back in the lab. You know what I'm saying? Get to work. I miss podcasting, dog. This is, you know, it's crazy. I thought about the other day. I went to school. Like I was in school doing radio. I think that, you know what I'm saying? I never really thought that as like being podcasting. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting the grade. I did like it back then. I love it now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody who's liking, subscribing, you know, feedback, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So today, you know what I'm saying, we got a special guest today. We'll see how we're gonna try to get him in. He having a little technical difficulties getting in, but you know, he's still gonna do what we do. Hey, that's Walt. So shout out to the wifey, lending us Walt for the night. You know, I know how it is. We appreciate you. That's the homie Trim up there. You know
Hi, Mom.
AKA Trimonologist, aka the professor of trimology. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
My favorite producer. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hey, he got his own science in what he do. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And that's the homie Chuck, the sports guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So listen, we're gonna get to our first segment of the day. Oh man, it's I gotta get another thing while we're talking. I'm gonna get something else for y'all while I'm doing this. But we got our segment called Kicking It, right? And basically, Kicking It is where we basically go into some kicks that we like, some sneakers and hip hop. Hip hop makes sneakers cool. That's why y'all big wigs out there sell so many sneakers, because hip hop did it. I'm just saying. So we gonna talk about our favorite sneakers, man. But first, I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all somebody. If I got it, I don't know if I even. There we go. Okay. Anybody remember this one right here? Remember this All-Star Weekend? I don't know if anybody remembers this.
96.
Ooh, that's the
prime Shawn.
That's prime Shawn Kemp. That's Jordan in the background right there, as I can see. Yeah. You got Pippen right there. But Shawn Kemp. As you can see, Shawn Kemp got on the Kamikazes on.
Remember the
Kamikazes.
Remember those?
And I wanted to, but man, I thought I had those loaded up, but I don't. I'm gonna get a closer look at those. But let's talk about. Do y'all remember the Kamikazes?
I remember those.
Show.
Them
Show.
Them Kamikazes was crazy. Do y'all got any memories? Did y'all get those?
I didn't.
I didn't get a chance to get those. That's on my list though. It's like I got a top 10 list of shoes I want to kind of circle the block on, and that's one of them. Kamikaze.
Man, the Kamikaze was crazy. Though the Kamikazes was, I want to say that was the Kamikaze IIs. Those are my favorite, right? What do y'all know about? First of all, let's start with Shawn Kemp. I want to start with Shawn Kemp. What do y'all know about Shawn Kemp?
You gonna go first, Chuck? Sportsman.
Oh man, Shawn Kemp is probably one of the most explosive power forwards in the 90s when he was in his prime. It's been argued that him and Gary Payton started. I don't want to say started it, but really made alley hoops like become a thing. Because Gary Payton was literally it's an interview on with Gary Payton where he talks about they were talking about like the Clippers in the early 2010s with Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. He said, nah, but if you go back and look at the film, I mean, literally, Gary Payton, sometimes he'll just literally get to half court line and he just launches it because he sees Shawn Kemp about to run baseline. So for probably about a 3 to 5 year stretch, there was nobody that can guard Shawn Kemp. Which I missed. That just kind of expanded on that. I missed the era of the 90s where power forwards was a thing. Like him, Larry Johnson, Garnett, Duncan. I'm forgetting people now, but that era of power forwards, Charles Barkley. I mean, it was dumb. It was.
You think he was ahead of his time, or you think he was just right in place where he should have been at?
He might have been slightly ahead of his time. Like in this era, if he was playing, because his shooting wasn't like superb, but as far as get to the basket at will, there's no guarding it. Like I mean, they say his 40 was they say his vertical was probably like 45 inch. That's at almost at 6'10",
and that's what made him special. His size, like that. If you want to say he's ahead of his time in anything, ain't nobody size wise. You can't guard that. Oh yeah, appreciate you pausing that for me. Appreciate you pausing that for me.
New season, here y'all go.
Yeah, listen. Hey, you got it. That was a crazy pause. That was crazy. That was crazy. But as far as basketball goes, Shawn Kemp, he was definitely something. You couldn't guard him. It was a lot of people. I think even it was a lot of people that just couldn't keep up with Shawn Kemp, man. But I could tell though, like his side, like the way he was built, it wasn't gonna last too long. It was like, and Chuck or Walker can come in on this, but he looked out of shape for a little bit. After a while, he wasn't really like because he got traded, right? Because he got traded to where? What he got traded to?
He got traded to what? He got traded to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think he.
Then the Trailblazers, then the Magic.
Yeah,
the brother's daughter went south. Not gonna lie.
Right. Once he got that money, it was on.
Yeah.
He got that big check.
Right. And that
looking like Zion out here.
Hey, that's a low blow. Pause. That's but it's true though. Zion like what 22? What old is Zion now? Zion like
maybe 24.
24.
Yeah, he looking like he about to retire already.
And 330 out there looking like a defensive tackle.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, nah.
Probably gonna break through another shoe sometime soon.
Yeah, nah, it's bad, bro.
He got a gut like me.
That's messed up.
You shouldn't be out there if you got a gut like me, And you gotta be running up and down the court trying to.
Right.
The knees and ankles ain't gonna hold up, fam.
And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta you can't that's going that type of
pressure on your body. I mean, yeah, the pressure on your joints and everything, that takes a toll. Like
it's just a matter. It's you gotta take care of yourself, man.
You do.
Like you got it. You come on. You play in the NBA, but you know what? Everybody ain't Kobe.
Facts. Everybody, it's the drive.
One Kobe.
Right. And listen. You know what? No, I'm not going. I'm gonna save that for another time. I'm gonna say that for another time because I want to talk about Kobe. I think I had it. I think I had it on my list, and I forgot to put it on there. We might get into it since we have a little time. We might get. You know what? I think I want to get into that because I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see what y'all think of. But anyway. So I got a close up of the Kamikaze.
Yeah, I remember those for sure.
Oh my goodness! Now these low key look like Shaqs.
I was about to say that they do look like some Shaqs. They do.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a nice. First of all, this shoe was comfortable. I remember trying them on. I used to go into the Foot Lockers and all that just to put them on, see how they look. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the shoe being real comfy. What do y'all like better, the Shaqs or the Kamikaze?
I like how these look a lot better. I like how these look.
These definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, cause they got some. I saw some colors earlier. I saw they got the 90 joints. It's like, you know, that color they use for the 90s.
The
they
black,
all
green.
white.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they all white, right? They all white with the with that color and the design. That color of the 90s in the design.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, yo, like, man, this I gotta get them. You know, it's Tay do. Tay be looking at
Tay is not gonna have that. She's gonna
You gotta get that special approval, dog.
You got to hide that in the house.
Nah, I'm gonna put them on. She gonna be like, where you getting them from? I'm like, listen. I'm sure they came from overseas. I don't know.
Really? That's gonna be the response.
You say I pay taxes, but
I'm dumb. She's just gonna look at me. Okay, hey, long as the bills is paid, we ain't got no problems. Ain't no problems.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah, ain't no problems, man. But I'm definitely getting those. Hopefully because those Kemps they still sell out.
Oh really?
Yeah, they still selling out. So you know, anybody who's a real sneakerhead, you know, they getting those all day. They getting those all day. So Walt, you like those too, or do you know? Let me ask you this. First of all, these sneakers in 2011, the what's the name? What's it? Bleacher Report. They made those top 20 best basketball sneaker of all time.
Oh wow!
Damn.
That's what's up.
So they came in at number 20. They came in at number 20. You rock. You know, I can see Walt. I can see you.
I can see Walt on the rock.
Almost definitely. Yeah, I would definitely rock these. As far as like Shawn Kemp, the player, like Chuck said, explosive, super explosive player.
I gotta call that, my brother.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, because I got this shoe up here too long. My bad,
Copy. But he did have he couldn't shoot that well, but like not from three, but he did have the pick and pop game from Gary Payton. He had that nice range game, and and the way that they was running up and down the court, like you could kind of say, you could kind of go Lob City, like Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. It's just that Blake Griffin didn't have a jumper, like didn't have no mid range, like Shawn Kemp.
Mm-hmm.
And Shawn Kemp, you already know when he dunked on somebody, one of the best dunkers of the 90s.
Facts.
And you already know when he would dunk on somebody, he hit you with the
Right.
The way he did Dennis Rodman was foul. Like, he put all his manhood on that dude's face. I'm like, yo, this
He's a foul dude, son. Yo,
like,
Shawn Kemp is a foul. He must have been like a Omega, like you know them. If he played, he had them gold boots on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he one of them nasty. He's just a dog. You know what I'm saying? He out there.
You call this man a Q dog. Wow.
Yeah. He one of them, man. Shout out to all the Qs out there. I know y'all some nasty people. Y'all some dogs.
As far as like the sneakers, my favorite colorway, those are one of my favorite ones. And the ones he did have another colorway. It was like mostly black. And I don't know if it was one of the ones that actually wore in the 90s, but there was one that was mostly black, and it had the red, the yellow, and the green on it. Yeah, but it was mostly black. It had the red, yellow, and the
cooking.
Green. It was a nice color too. I really like the black players with the highlight colors. The black ones with the highlight colors.
Right.
Those I really like.
Well, hold up. Since we are talking about pause, I do want to give a shout out to the inventor of the actual pause feature in games, was an engineer by the name of Jerry Lawson, who is a black engineer, by the way. So
there you go.
It is Black History Month.
It is Black History Month. So let's keep it educational on that part. Thank you.
Trim hit reverse. He reverse and spin out on the whole car. So I don't know what he just did.
Y'all want to use it? There you go.
But hey, let me ask y'all a question: Is Gary Payton and Shawn Kemp like the underrated duo in the NBA? Like, I don't hear nobody talk about them like that. Are they just if you talk about duos in the NBA, are they not even in the conversation? Like, are there greater people? Let's say we listen top 20. Let's say we listen top 20 duos in the NBA. Are we putting Shawn Kemp and Gary Payton in there?
Like all time?
Right, like in your list. This is your personal list.
20, they top 20. They're like
okay.
Back in. Pause.
Yeah, please. Thank
you. 15, or I would say like 15, 14, because like when you think of, you have to go to duos, you got to go with the guys who won. The guys who won, that's
dang.
I'm sorry, like they're more towards the bottom of that totem pole. It's more like
dropping the aces over here.
Shaq.
I'm saying in the 90s, they're top 10 in the 90s.
Okay.
They got to the finals once though.
Yeah. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that I feel like that's hurting them. Even though they probably were built to beat the Bulls, kind of. They just didn't have like that dynamic score between the two of them.
Right.
So is that what you're saying they were missing?
Yeah, they didn't. If like say they had someone like Charles Barkley, like they would have been able to mess with the Bulls probably a lot better. If they had someone like him or Clyde Drexler, like a younger Clyde Drexler, or maybe even if they had somebody like Penny, if they had somebody that could for real keep up with Michael Jordan's scoring output, which is ridiculous to do, then, or even what's his name, Grant Hill. If they had somebody like him,
I forgot about Grant Hill actually.
They would have been able to do some damage, but they didn't have that third guy to for real be able to balance what the Bulls was bringing. The Bulls had defense for them.
If they had the championships, would that matter?
Huh?
If the championships was rolling in, just like like the tops, like Mike and Pippen, would that make a difference if they had the rings and everything to go with it?
Yeah, like even if they had the appearances, because when you think of duos in the 90s, of course you go Jordan and Scotty number one, But after that, it's kind of free for all. Well, it's really after that, it's really like they say it's like
Malone and Stockton.
exactly Malone and Stockton. They go with them next because they have probably the next most finals appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hakeem Olajuwon is the only other guy who really won in the 90s, but he's kind of looked at as like a solo man show with great help. You know, even though they did win with Clyde Drexler that one. So, but as far as duos, they're more towards the latter end, not the top.
Well, listen, you know, sometimes in life you just gotta take what you get. You didn't get a chip Kemp, but you got the top 20 sneaker, basketball sneaker of all time. You know, hey, that. Listen, I don't got one. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got it. I ain't got a top. So I ain't listen. I wish I had a top 20 sneaker up in basketball all times, dog. So yeah. Hey,
let me ask you: do you think it's the best basketball Reebok, or do you think AI's is better?
Shit. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you though. Be honest. I gotta go with AI because I personally like AI, right? But Kemp is close though. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say AI. I'm gonna say this is why I say AI. Well, let me say this because personal preference aside, right? So I'm gonna throw my personal preference. The reason why the AI sneaker is better. Because there's not one sneaker that looks like the AI sneaker. Nowhere.
Valid. That is valid.
Nowhere. That sneaker, that Kamikaze sneaker, remember that we said it earlier. It looked like the Shaqnosis.
It does.
It's like the designer went, instead of going like this, he went like this. You know what I mean? Like that's all he did. He said, you know what? I'm just gonna scribble up. I ain't gonna go in the circle this time. That's what he did. That's what he did. That's what he did.
Tino, you made it seem like the designer was on a deadline. Say, hey, I gotta get 2 designs out. Shit,
right.
I gotta go ahead and put these.
right. He's like, Kemp, I got something for you. There it is. But he's like, oh, but that looked like the Shaq sneaker.
No, it don't.
No, because you know it's like the Vanilla Ice song. You know, Vanilla Ice like my beat went dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he tried to make it seem like he didn't take that song right. Same thing. He said, "With the Shaqs, I went like this. This I went like this." So you know, but it does. I know. For me though, the Kamikaze does give a better comfort, like better support than the Shaqs did. So that in my because I tried the Shaqs on.
They wasn't as comfortable.
They are comfortable, but I feel like they did a better job with the support around the ankle. You know, more than the Shaqs.
I just think like the design is like in the Kamikaze. I mean, I know they look similar to the Shaqs, but it look like
it does look better. It does look better.
Y'all actually got the right product here. But I agree with y'all. The AI, the questions. That's
your question. I ain't like the answers. I ain't like the answers. I mean, you know what? You could rock the answers. If you had back in the 90s, they had what we call short sets, right? From top to bottom, the joints match perfectly, right? So if you had a nice little short set, you know what I'm saying, with the ankle socks, you could rock the answers, but I ain't really do the answers like that. But yeah, but y'all got something because I got some crazy news I wanted to get into before we end this segment. But y'all got anything else to say about these Kamikazes? Y'all think it's the best Reebok sneaker versus the AIs? Or y'all?
It's right next to it. As far as like Reebok, I mean, Reebok sneakers, those
because they ain't got that many.
Are like,
those.
They tried again with John Wall with that zigzag joint, but John Wall stopped wearing them.
Right, John was like, "Chill, give me my check."
Just like y'all don't play no way.
Just like he always say, "Hey, just give me my check."
Wow. Y'all ain't playing no games.
He ain't playing no games, but I want that check though. But anyway, I ain't gonna get on John Wall. Like that.
We like you, John Wall, but you don't play games.
But right, exactly. Street clothes. He the original street clothes. Let me stop. I ain't gonna get on you like that.
Talking about some street clothes. Wow.
Yeah. Shout out. Hey, listen, Shawn Kemp. Like those sneakers are legendary, man. And you know, that sneaker, you know, made a lot of first day of schools very special.
Yeah.
You showed up to school with them Shawn Kemp's on.
What, a jersey?
Right.
He's in a lot of movies too. A lot of basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of basketball sneakers with movies. But shout out to you. Shout out to the person who designed them. I don't know if Kemp designed them or not, but most of the time they had to design it back then. I think AI. If I had to say it's the only person I know that really designed his own sneaker, probably was AI, because there's no way that's a hood sneaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a hood sneaker. Like, for real, like that. He knew what he was doing, man. But shout out to you, Shawn Kemp, man. Sneaker legendary.
Deeper than rap, graffiti, break dancing, DJ and B-boy stinks, MCing. I harness those artifacts, collecting data of the transitions like an almanac. Hip hop ain't dead, these young boys different, adapting. Over time, every day the world's spinning. Let's celebrate the fact we still winning, we global. Kids from the project became moguls. Real to real track boards, the Pro Tools, vinyls, cassettes, and the tape decks, CDs. Now you can stream your music to the consumer direct and get most of the check. I'm noble.